Hi everybody, it is the 8th of June 2023 and update 24.1 has just dropped onto the PC test servers, so it'll be dropping to PC public servers and console servers in due course. I thought this would be a good one to go through as ever, but this is quite an interesting update because it is going to enable people, players, to have the Blue-Chip Detector, otherwise known as the heartbeat sensor, all the time in all matches. So, could this be the patch that breaks PUBG? I don't know. Let's see. Let's read through the patch notes and see what they got to say. So, here we go. The live maintenance schedule. So on PC, it will go live between the 13th and the 14th of June. On console, it will go live between the 21st and the 22nd of June. As I say, it is live on PC test server at the moment. We've got the normal changes in map service, which is good. And then let's dig into tactical gear. We are turning tactical gear into essential items by bestowing them a new purpose, enhancing their significance beyond consumable options. Experience the game in a multitude of ways with this update, whether playing individually or as part of a team. From beginners to veterans, the renewed tactical gear can foster a sense of achievement among all players by enabling them to contribute to the success of their squad. This only applies to normal matches, intense battle royale and custom matches, so this doesn't apply to ranked. Players will be equipped with a tactical gear carrier in their inventory at the start of each match. To ensure the carrier does not hinder initial game progress after landing, we've set the tactical gear carrier weight to 0. Open the carrier to select your desired tactical gear from all available options: EMT, tactical pack, spotter scope, drone, Blue-Chip Detector, that's the heartbeat sensor, or the repair kit. The carrier cannot be opened when you're in a vehicle or on top of static transport features such as trains and ships. The selected tactical gear will be fitted into a dedicated 6th slot reserved for tactical gear. Once equipped, the tactical gear cannot be removed. Tactical gear nor the carrier will be dropped when a player dies. Upon a player's death, the tactical gear carrier are removed. Players recalled to the match will not be provided with a new tactical gear carrier. All world spawn tactical gear has been removed. Radio message can be used to relay information about the selected tactical gear of team members. Upon equipping a tactical gear, a radio message is triggered for notification. Equipping tactical gear. In the training mode, players can remove the tactical gear from the 6th inventory slot in training mode only to allow for more diverse practice. Both tactical gear and the tactical gear carrier are provided by the training helper. So, basically, we've got here are perks or gadgets, or I guess you might call them field upgrades from Call of Duty coming to PUBG in normal mode, not ranked. So what's going to happen is when you spawn in at the beginning of a game, and when you land, you can then open up your gear and you can choose one of the tactical gears we have. So spotter scope, drone tablet, tactical pack, EMT, Blue-Chip Detector on all-in-one repair kit. And then for the rest of the match, you will run with that particular thing. It won't take up any more space, so you'll be able to run a set of primary, secondary, pistol, and then your tactical gear as well. This is the problem, I think, the Blue-Chip Detector, the heartbeat sensor, because in solos, I would have thought it would mean that everybody will be using this. Now that they've nerfed it, and we'll talk about the nerfs in a little bit, where the range is much smaller than it used to be, but it's still 50 meters, I think, and you can only do a scan every 8 seconds. But in PUBG, where you're moving into the circle, the different combat zones you move into, there's normally more than 8 seconds in between each one. And although if you're wearing one of the jammer packs that will jam the Blue-Chip Detector and you'll be invisible, there's not that many of those around on some of the maps, and so you'll be able to go into an area, it will give you an idea where someone is, if they're camping or if they're somewhere, and then you'll then be able to throw a grenade through the window or just avoid them. And this is very Call of Duty, I think. This is very Apex. This is very Battlefield, having, in effect, a heartbeat sensor or a personal UAV. I don't know if it's good for the game. I was okay with the Blue-Chip Detector when it was just on. I think it just used to be on Desktop, didn't it? Because you could kind of forget about it in all the other games. And if someone had one, well, the chances of them finding one and then using it were quite rare. But now there's a chance that every single person, and in every single squad, one of the people will have a Blue-Chip Detector, won't they? Someone else might have a spotter scope, and you'd have the EMT, wouldn't you, so you could heal people. But that Blue-Chip Detector is always going to be there. And the problem for me is that it not only is it, I don't think it has a place in a tactical shooter of the style of PUBG, where we shouldn't have UAVs and we shouldn't have heartbeat sensors. But probably more importantly, it adds that extra element of doubt that when you lose a gunfight or when you get killed, you're questioning whether it was your decision making that caused that to happen, so your bad decisions, or the fact that the other player was taking advantage of something in the game, whether that be some sort of radar hack, or some sort of software hack, or in this case simply using the Blue-Chip Detector. And because the games in PUBG are so long, if you get that feeling a couple of times in a match, and you've wasted an hour and a half, 2 hours of your time, you think, oh God, that you'd be pretty gutted by that, and you'd think, well, I'm not going to waste my time doing this because it's not fair. They've talked in previous update patches about removing that feeling of frustration that players get, and I think the problem with the Blue-Chip Detector is that it's going to add frustration, it's going to add distrust to the game mechanics, and I don't because all that happens is when you have something as crutch as the Blue-Chip Detector or the heartbeat sensor, it just ends up with everybody using it. So if everybody's using it, why bother having it? You might as well take it out. Anyway, let's crack on. Let's see what they've got to say. So, we also strive to maintain the fundamental system of tactical gear while rebalancing their overall stats this update, as tactical gear have changed to a basic required item for all. EMT, so this is the health one, to primarily serve the purpose of team healing rather than self-healing. The healing feature will only apply to team members. Additionally, to balance the overly beneficial healing effect when using heal items, the usage time of heal items has been adjusted. Medkits has gone from 3 to 7 seconds, first aid from 3 to 5. In addition, the revive speed has gone from 3 to 8 seconds to prevent overly quick recoveries. Using energy drinks and painkillers will now provide a 50% additional effect. So you can't boost your own healing when you've got an EMT. Seems a bit tight in solos. But the boost will only for personal use, but it will help you with energy drinks. Tactical pack. Attachment slots decreased from 4 slots to 2 slots. So this was the thing that enabled you to carry more gear, wasn't it? So you could carry another primary weapon. So you could have 3 primaries and 2 secondaries, or etc. We wish to give the tactical pack a similar feel to a level 4 backpack. Therefore, the reduction in slots is aimed at moderating the possession of individual items such as firearms, excluding stackable items. So I don't know if that means you'd no longer be able to have 3 major weapons. Be a bit crap if you can't. Spotter scope, improved for more straightforward and less time-consuming use. Its magnification capability is now adjusted from 4 times to 8 times, allowed for more detailed observations. The creation of the white passive marker is removed. The red active marker will automatically be created and maintained for 7 seconds after a scan. The standard screen pigs can be replaced using the spotter scope. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to have to test it. The problem with the spotter scope is that you just equip it and you shake your head over an area, to scan it quickly, and you get these markers pop up where enemies are, even if you couldn't quite see them yourself. Again, it's kind of a form of UAV, isn't it? I'm not happy with that. Drone maximum range has been reduced from 300 to 200 meters. I quite like the drone, actually, because that is something you could have. And here we have Blue-Chip Detector. The Blue-Chip Detector has been perceived as an overperforming gear, then why put it in? Therefore, it's been decided to receive several adjustments to harmonise with other tactical gear. Screen update frequency has gone up from to 8 seconds from 5. The scan radius has gone down from 100 meters to 50 meters. And players who are equipped with the jammer pack are undetectable with the Blue-Chip Detector. Dev's comment. Following the initial introduction of tactical gear, we have observed their considerable utility in gameplay. However, we also understand the magnitude of the decision players are faced with in sacrificing a primary weapon slot for tactical gear, particularly in battle scenarios where mid to long range combat is crucial. So you wouldn't give up your DMR on your sniper to have the tactical gear. As such, with the renewal of the tactical gear system, we eagerly anticipate witnessing our other players' varied gameplay strategies. For example, for solo play, we look forward to see players utilising a strategy centred around their chosen tactical gear, which you'd select to complement your primary weapon. You may opt for a slow burn approach with the EMT gear, spending more time looting and gradually entering the safe zone. The drone and Blue-Chip Detector can help with the strategies that involves quick penetration of the centre area, swiftly identifying incoming enemies, and the tactical pack could suit those favouring weapons with high ammo consumption. As for the spotter scope, it may be ideal for players selecting weapons aimed at precise long-distance engagement. As for team play, we anticipate strategic looting that aligns with team dynamics while avoiding overlapping roles. Each teammate would have a distinct role contributing effectively to the team's primary goal. Utilise the drone and spotter scope for ordering and coordination, or the spotter scope could enhance accuracy for those sharpshooters. The EMT gear and tactical pack may also be helpful to novice players, so they could actively contribute to team survival, or even the Blue-Chip Detector for optimal information delivery. With this change, we are also committed to implementing constraints that are proportional to in-game performance. We do not aim to unfairly boost the abilities of already skilled players. With this in mind, we've made it so that once a tactical gear is selected, it becomes irreplaceable. Players are required to use their chosen equipment consistently throughout the match. We have also proceeded with an overall balance update. Yeah, okay. I can see where they're coming from. Basically, they're saying, look, we put this thing in the game, tactical gear, and nobody used it because they didn't want to give up primary and secondary weapon. But so what would you got to think? Okay, so what could they have done? So I think that the more logical thing to do would have been to have an extra slot for tactical gear, but still make it something you had to find in the world or find in a supply drop, not something that everybody has automatically right at the beginning. Because that kind of goes against the idea with PUBG of that you drop with nothing, don't you? That's the whole point. You go out the aeroplane and you haven't got anything and you have to find the stuff. And you would put things like the Blue-Chip Detector in places that are difficult, in Pachinki or somewhere like that, somewhere where players are going to have to fight over it to actually get the Blue-Chip Detector, so they kind of earn it, rather than everybody being able to have it. And they're right to be worried about high skilled players just using something like the heartbeat sensor, the Blue-Chip Detector, just to sweep around and just kill lots of players, and to kill less experienced players as well who don't know what the Blue-Chip Detector is. They don't read patch notes, they don't understand what they've got to do, they pick the wrong thing at the beginning, they don't know how to use it anyway, and they're just going to get picked off. They don't know what a jammer pack is, and they're going to be hiding in a room or hiding in a bush thinking, oh, I'm safe, brilliant, this is great, I like PUBG because this is a gameplay style that I can use, and then more experienced players are going to just find them and kill them. So, items, tactical gear repair kit. The current helmet armor repair kits and mechanics toolbox seem to have limited applications in specific circumstances. Therefore, we're merging them into a single, versatile repair kit that can repair helmets, vests and vehicles. With this multi-purpose tool, you can now consider the possibility of pursuing the role of your team's go-to mechanic. The repair kit is no longer consumable and it is now part of tactical gear that can be equipped to your tactical gear slot. Once equipped, it cannot be replaced or removed until the match concludes. It can be used 10 times. A single use on a helmet or vest will restore its durability to 106 seconds. Then they tell you how to do it. You can also take, if you've got this kit, you can take tyres off cars and then put them on other cars. Great. Brilliant. So there we go. They've added more cover to Vikendi. So Vikendi is kind of moving back to how it originally was when it first came out, rather than the sort of white and sort of grey blob it became. Let's have a look. Comeback BR. They're taking that away from some places. More crowbars. And then we've got ranked. The jammer pack, mortar, Panzerfaust, blue zone, grenade and emergency pickup have been added to every map. Vikendi has been added to the map. Season 23 rewards. Custom matches. Tutorials. We've observed that requiring new players to complete area training match was impacting the engagement of new players in normal matches. Therefore, after successfully finishing basic training, players now have the ability to play normal matches right away, even without having to complete area training matches. Good idea. Splash Royale. Come on, guys. Give us military milsim skins, not this stuff. Workshop chests, bug fixes, etc. So what I'll do is I'll put a link in the description below this video, because you'll want to go over to these patch notes and at least watch the video where they kind of explain what's going on. So I think update patch 24.1, it's an interesting one. You know, I have done videos like this before and said, you know, is this the patch that kills PUBG? And I think the introduction of a universal heartbeat sensor a la COD and lots of other games could be something that really puts an awful lot of players off. The fact that the way they've done it, where every single player in a game can have a heartbeat sensor, and even though they've nerfed it, it still gives you a really good advantage against players that have a more static type gameplay style. I know people say, oh, that's camping, oh, it's their fault that they do it, they shouldn't play like that. An awful lot of low to medium skill players, and I include myself in this, that's our play style. You know, I rely on an awful lot of luck in order to get to the final 10 and get, you know, and to win chicken dinners, and a lot of that luck is based on other players killing each other because they don't know where I am. But with this new heartbeat sensor being available to everybody, that's not going to be there anymore. So I'm going to be hiding in a corner and I'm just going to get a grenade through the window and I'm going to die, or someone's going to rush me with a shotgun and I'm going to die. So I am very wary of this patch, and I'm thinking, you didn't need to do this, PUBG. You could have done this in a different manner. You could have made the heartbeat sensor a very rare item, and you could have simply allowed us to use the other tactical gears like the EMT gear and the drone. Again, I'm not a fan of the spotter scope. Maybe the repair one, and have those so that we could just carry those in a slot so they didn't take up your primary or secondary weapon space. And they could have done that. The way they've done it here, where they've gone all out for it, and allowed you to just pick which one you like, like a perk or a field upgrade in Call of Duty. It's not very PUBG. Anyway, what do you think? Put your questions in the comments down below, and I will, of course, see you again soon.